and that foundation is your mind. 2. Goal setting, the map to your destiny. Imagine a ship sailing on the wide ocean. If the captain does not know where he wants to go, the ship will drift wherever the wind pushes it. Days and weeks will pass, and the ship will end up in places it never meant to be. But when the captain has a map and a clear destination, every wave, every storm, and every turn of the wheel has purpose. The same is true for your life. Your goals are the map, and without them, you drift. With them, you move with direction. A strong mind needs clear goals to stay focused. Goals give you something to aim for, something to guide your steps each day. Without goals, even the hardest work may lead nowhere. Think of climbing a mountain. If you have no idea where the top is, every step feels endless. But if you know the summit is your goal, each step becomes progress, even if it is slow. The climb is still hard, but it feels meaningful because you know where you are headed. Setting goals is not only about knowing what you want, it is about shaping your life with intention. When you set a goal, you make a promise to yourself. You tell your mind, "This is where I am going. No matter how hard, I will walk this path." That promise builds discipline, focus, and resilience. It makes your mind stronger because you no longer wander without direction. You move with purpose. But here is the important part. Your goals must be clear and real. Saying, "I want to do well in life" is too vague. What does well mean? A clear goal sounds like, "I will study 2 hours every day to improve my knowledge," or "I will practice my craft daily until I master it." Clear goals are like sharp arrows, they fly straight. Vague goals are like dull stones, they fall short. When you set a goal, break it into smaller steps. A great castle is not built in a single day. It is built brick by brick. In the same way, your goals are reached by small daily actions. If your dream is to become strong, start by practicing a little each day. If your dream is to gain knowledge, begin by reading a few pages daily. Small steps, taken with consistency, carry you to great heights. Do not fear if your goals seem far away. Every great journey begins with one step. The man who built a bridge across a wide river did not do it all at once. He placed one stone, then another, and another, until the bridge was complete. Your goals are the same. Step by step, day by day, you will arrive. There will be distractions and obstacles. Sometimes the road will feel too hard. Sometimes you will doubt if the effort is worth it. But when your mind holds a clear vision of your goal, you find strength to continue. The map reminds you of where you are going, even when the journey feels endless. The truth is simple. Without goals, you waste energy on things that do not matter. With goals, every action becomes meaningful. You stop drifting and you start traveling with purpose. Your goals shape your future, guide your choices, and strengthen your mind. So, set your goals today. Write them clearly in your heart. Break them into small steps, and every day, take one step forward. Do not worry if progress feels slow. Direction matters more than speed. Because when you know where you are going, even the longest journey will take you there. Your goals are your map, and with them, you will reach your destiny. 3. Resilience, the art of rising again. Life is not a straight road. It is full of hills, valleys, sharp turns, and sudden storms. No one walks through life without falling, without facing failure, or without being tested. The real strength of a person is not seen in how high they rise when things are easy, but in how many times they rise again after falling. This is what resilience means, the art of getting back up, again and again, no matter how many times life pushes you down. Think of a ball. When you drop it, it does not stay on the ground. It bounces back. That is resilience. Or think of a tree in the middle of winter. Its branches may be bare, its leaves gone, and the snow may weigh it down. But when spring arrives, the tree grows again, stronger than before. The roots that held it through the cold season are what make it bloom once more. In the same way, your inner strength, your resilience will carry you through difficult times until new seasons of life arrive. Many people think failure means the end. They fall once and never try again. But those who build strong lives see failure differently. They see it as a teacher. When something goes wrong, they do not say, "I am finished." They say, "What can I learn from this?" Resilient people treat failure like a lesson, not a final defeat. They use it to grow, to adjust, to improve, and then they try again with more wisdom. History gives us countless examples of resilience. Great inventors, leaders, and thinkers often failed dozens of times before success came. What made them great was not talent alone, but their refusal to quit. Each setback gave them new knowledge, each loss taught them patience, and each difficulty trained their courage. They became strong not because they avoided falling, but because they never stayed down. Resilience does not mean you never feel pain. It does not mean you never cry or never feel afraid. It means you do not allow those feelings to keep you down. Imagine a warrior in battle. He may get wounded, but he does not stay on the ground. He rises, steadies his sword, and keeps fighting. Life is the same. You may feel weak for a moment, but resilience is the choice to stand up and continue. So, how can you build resilience? First, you must accept that falling is part of the journey. Stop expecting life to always be smooth. Expect challenges, and when they come, you will not be surprised. Second, remind yourself of your purpose. When you know why you are walking the road, you will find the strength to keep going even when the path is hard. Third, take small steps forward, even on your hardest days. Sometimes you cannot run, sometimes you cannot even walk fast, but if you can take one step, you are still moving. Resilience is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Each time you rise after falling, you make your mind tougher, your heart braver, and your spirit stronger. Over time, challenges that once broke you will no longer shake you. You will look back and realize that what once felt impossible has now become your source of power. Remember this truth: strength is not in never falling. Strength is in always rising. Life will push you down. But if your mind is strong, you will rise again like the ball that bounces back, like the tree that grows after winter, like the warrior who never leaves the fight. Resilience is the secret to building a strong life. 4. Self-belief, the core of confidence. There is a voice inside every person. Sometimes that voice says, "You can do it." Other times it whispers, "You are not enough." The strength of your life depends on which voice you choose to listen to. This is the power of self-belief, the deep trust in yourself that no matter the challenge, you can rise and overcome. Without self-belief, even the greatest talent or the best plan will fail. With it, even an ordinary person can do extraordinary things. Think of a warrior standing on the battlefield. His weapons may be sharp, his armor may be strong, but his greatest weapon is the belief that he can win. Without that, the finest sword is useless. Or picture a runner at the start of a race. If he doubts himself, his legs will feel heavy, his mind will hesitate, and fear will slow him down. But if he believes he can cross the finish line, that belief fuels every step. Belief turns effort into victory. Too many people wait for others to believe in them first. They want approval, praise, or encouragement before they move. But true strength comes when you stop depending on outside voices and start depending on your own. The greatest builders, thinkers, and leaders in history all faced doubt and criticism. Some were told they would never succeed. Yet, they chose to believe in themselves even when no one else did. That inner belief became the foundation for everything they achieved. Self-belief does not mean you will never fail. It means you trust yourself to rise again after failure. It does not mean you know every answer. It means you trust yourself to learn, to adapt, and to keep going until you find the way. A strong mind whispers, "I will figure it out," even when the path is unclear. That quiet confidence becomes a light in dark times, guiding you when all else seems uncertain. But how do you build this kind of belief? It begins with the words you speak to yourself. If you constantly tell yourself, "I can't," then your mind becomes weak. But if you feed your mind with words like, "I can," "I will," "I am able," you begin to shape your strength. Your thoughts become habits, and your habits build your life. Speak to yourself with courage, and courage will grow inside you. Another way to build self-belief is by keeping promises to yourself. Each time you say, "I will do this," and you follow through, your belief in yourself grows. Each broken promise makes your mind weaker, but each promise kept adds bricks to the wall of confidence. Start small, keep your word in the little things, and soon you will trust yourself with greater challenges. Remember also that comparison is the enemy of belief. When you measure yourself against others, you weaken your own light. Everyone has a different journey, a different pace, and a different path. The only person you must outgrow is the person you were yesterday. Self-belief grows when you focus on your own steps, not on the steps of others. Think of a seed planted in the ground. At first, it is small and hidden. No one can see its growth, but beneath the soil, it believes in its own potential. It pushes upward, slowly, until one day it breaks through the earth and grows into a tall tree. Self-belief works the same way. It may start small, but if you nurture it daily, it will grow until nothing can stop it. In the end, your life will always rise or fall to the level of your belief. If you believe you are weak, you will act weak. If you believe you are strong, you will act strong. Build your belief, and you build your life. Trust yourself. Speak strength into your mind. Stand tall, even when others doubt you. Because once you believe in yourself, you carry a power that no one can take away. 5. The power of discipline. Discipline is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. Many people dream of a strong life, but very few are willing to walk the path of discipline. Why? Because discipline often feels hard. It asks you to do what is necessary, not what is easy. It asks you to keep moving forward even when you feel tired, distracted, or unmotivated. But here is the truth. Discipline is what separates those who wish from those who achieve. Think of a farmer. He cannot harvest in autumn unless he plants in spring and cares for the soil through summer. If he says, "I will wait until I feel like working," his field will stay empty. Discipline means rising each day and doing the work, whether you feel like it or not. That is how a strong harvest is built, through steady, consistent effort. Motivation comes and goes like the wind. Some days you feel excited, but other days you feel lazy or doubtful. If you rely only on motivation, your progress will stop the moment your feelings change. But discipline is steady. It does not depend on moods. It is a decision you make again and again. I will do what must be done, no matter how I feel. Discipline is not about grand gestures. It is about small, daily choices. Waking up when you said you would. Finishing the task you started, practicing your skill even when no one is watching. Each small act of discipline is like a brick. Over time, those bricks build a fortress of strength around your mind, and when your mind becomes disciplined, your life becomes unstoppable. Great warriors, athletes, and leaders did not become strong by chance. They built their strength through discipline. They trained when others rested. They studied when others wasted time. They pushed forward when others gave up. That steady discipline turned them into people of power and influence. It was not luck. It was not comfort. It was the daily choice to stay committed to their path. Discipline also teaches patience. In a world full of quick results and easy distractions, discipline reminds you that true strength is built slowly. A mountain is not formed in a day. A river does not carve stone overnight. In the same way, your goals take time. Discipline gives you the patience to endure the wait and the persistence to keep going until you arrive. But here is the challenge. Discipline often feels uncomfortable. It is easier to delay, to rest, or to make excuses. This is why most people avoid it. But the discomfort of discipline is far lighter than the regret of weakness. The small sacrifices you make today will protect you from the heavy pain of tomorrow's failure. Choose discipline now, and you give your future self the gift of strength. How can you build discipline? Start with small promises to yourself. Decide on one habit that moves you closer to your goal. Do it every day, no matter what. Over time, your mind will grow stronger. The more you practice, the less you rely on feelings, and the more you rely on purpose. Slowly, discipline will become natural, like breathing. Remember this. Discipline is freedom. It frees you from the chains of laziness, from the control of moods, from the weakness of excuses. Discipline gives you control over your own life. Without it, you are tossed around by every desire, every distraction. With it, you become steady, focused, and strong. So, choose discipline. Walk the harder path today so that tomorrow's life is easier. Train your mind to follow purpose, not comfort. Because when you master discipline, you master yourself. And when you master yourself, you are prepared for any challenge life may bring. 6. Passion, fuel for the journey. Discipline gives you strength, but passion gives you fire. Passion is the energy that makes hard work feel worthwhile. It is the spark that turns long hours into joy, the force that keeps you moving when others give up. Without passion, life feels like a heavy burden. With passion, even the heaviest load feels lighter because your heart is in it. Think of a craftsman shaping wood. To others, the work may look tiring, even boring, but for him, it is a joy because he loves what he is creating. His passion gives him energy to carve with patience, to polish with care, and to keep going until the work shines. That is the power of passion. It transforms effort into something meaningful. Passion does not mean every moment will be easy. Even when you love something, there will be struggles, long nights, and hard days. But passion gives you a reason to keep going. It gives you strength to rise